Finding the future value using simple interest. The formula for computing future value using simple interest is A equals P times 1 plus R times T. A is the future value, or the amount that we'll receive after investing a principal amount into an account with a certain interest rate for a number of years. P is the principal, or the amount deposited. R is the interest rate written as a decimal, and T is the time in years. Use the formula for future value A equals P times 1 plus RT in elementary algebra to find the missing quantity. A equals $1,664, R equals 7%, and T equals 4 years. The missing value is P. So I'm going to plug in my values for A, R, and T and solve for P in my formula. So A equals P times 1 plus RT. A is 1,664 equals P. I don't know that value, so I'm just going to keep the letter, times 1 plus R, which is 7%. But remember, I need to write a decimal. So 7% is the same as 7 divided by 100, which is 0.07. So now I have R, which is 0.07, times T, which is 4. My first step is to multiply the values within the parentheses. So remember, if we follow the order of operations, which is PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, and then addition and subtraction. So I locate the parentheses first, and then I do the order of operations within the parentheses, and multiplication is the first operation. 0.07 times 4 gives me a value of 0.28. So I'm going to work this out step by step. It's important to write each step out line by line so all of your work stays organized. This gives me 1,664 equals P times 1 plus 0.28. Again, now we have to work inside the parentheses again, and the next operation in parentheses is addition. So I'm going to add 1 to 0.28. 1 plus 0.28 is 1.28. And I'll bring down everything else. Now my equation is 1,664 equals P times 1.28. I want to get the P by itself. So I'm going to do the opposite operation, which is division. So I'll divide both sides by 1.28. These cancel on the top and bottom, and I'm left with a single P. And then 1,664 divided by 1.28 gives us a value of 1,300 or 1,300. Remember that P represents the principal or the initial amount of money that you invested. It's a monetary amount, so this is $1,300. When we go to my math lab, type in $1,300. Use the formula for future value A equals P times 1 plus RT in elementary algebra to find the missing quantity. A equals $2,560, P equals $2,000, T equals 7 years. The value that's missing is R, so we're going to find the interest rate for this problem. Remember that R is given as a percent, so our final answer needs to be a percent. We'll take the formula A equals P times 1 plus RT, and we'll simply plug in everything that we're given. A is 2,560 equals P, which is 2,000, times 1 plus R, we don't know that value, so we'll just write in R, times T, which is 7. Okay, now we're going to solve this problem. We can't do any operations inside the parentheses because we have an unknown. We don't know what R is, so we can't add or multiply those values together. So what we have to do is first get the parentheses, this expression by itself. Right now, we have a 2,000 being multiplied to that. So we're going to do the opposite operation and divide each side by 2,000. The 2,000s cancel on the top and bottom on the right side of the equation. And notice that you're just left with the expression with the R in it. So it's 1 plus R times 7. And that equals 2,560 divided by 2,000. If we do that calculation, we'll get 1.28. Now I want to isolate the expression with the R in it. So I'm going to subtract 1 on both sides. 1.28 minus 1 gives me 0.28. And that equals R times 7. Now R times 7 is really the same thing as 7R, so I'm just going to write the number in front of the letter. Now I need to get rid of that 7. 7 is being multiplied to the R, so again I'll do the opposite operation and just divide both sides by 7. That leaves me with the R by itself. And then 0.28 divided by 7 gives me 0.04. This is the decimal value of R. But we want to find the percentage. So we'll take that value, which is 0.04, and multiply it by 100 to get the percent. That's the same thing as moving the decimal 2 places to the right. So my answer is 4%. The answer to this problem is 4%. Notice that when we go to the text box, there's already a percent symbol next to the box. Therefore, we only need to type in a 4.